know. And it did emerge from a sketch, or in the case of you know, like the ghoul or Dottie or another creature that came from some of your sketches. So again, for me, it's always referring back to nature. Like what from this can we draw from nature and learn from in terms of nature, whatever the design is, simplify the silhouette and then go from there. And usually if you put something back in front of a director, they'll respond, you know, and motion tests are always good. And you know, you kind of work a process until you get to a bit of a consensus. Although design by committee is not a way to go, and that's a bad way to go. So kind of that's why I like to look at the silhouette and try and get to the essence of the creature as much as possible, you know. And yeah, camera tests, motion tests are always really helpful to guide things through, you know.
Cabinet of Curiosities, I mean, really 8 separate films. For each of you, what was the most challenging creation?
I think on the cabinet, the most challenging creation would have been, you know, I think Dottie. I think Dottie was a Glock 36. I kind of like Dottie. It was a good team between us and Dennis's team. But as a challenge, you know what? I gotta say this. You know, there was not really a challenge here. It really was a team we've been used to working with. It's almost a second nature, you know, we're almost avatars of each other going on here in some way. And you know, I personally feel I know what Guillermo wants, like, most of the time, you know, and then if I don't do what he wants, I try to persuade him. If I don't, it's okay. You know? No, because, you know, the thing is, the director's always right. It's as simple as that. You can't go against it. It doesn't matter what you think you know better. You don't know better. This is his movie, this is his thing, and this is him. So never fight that. Go along with it and give him exactly what he wants, because he's the visionary. And so from a perspective that, I think they were all pretty much standard creatures. I don't know if that's the best answer, but we gave him the love and attention that he needed. It's just that we didn't have to like break any new ground with them. They were standard, you know, standard creatures.
Yeah, I think the one that had the most variety for us would have been Graveyard Rats.
Oh.
Because Mike did the living corpse. We had another company do the standard prosthetics for, like, they built the prosthetics and we applied them all on set for the human corpses. And then Spectral Motion made the rat creature, which was like a creature suit with an animatronic head. And then we had, of course, all the digital augmentation on it as well.
Sean was inside the rat.
No way.
Yeah.
That's you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Queen Rat is his title.
It was pretty amazing. We had him in a wheelbarrow rig, so he was
Yeah, no, he was
pushed along in a wheelbarrow rig.
They had a performer set to play the creature, and then he had to leave for another show, so they had another one come in, and then he got COVID after he landed. And I got approached in the parking lot saying, "Hey, you want to get into a rubber suit for the next however many days?"
Oh my God, how many days were you in that suit?
Sean messed with the results, there's no doubt about it.
I think we shot with it for what, 4 days?
Yeah.
5 days?
Whoa, my God. Did that, I mean, I imagine that when you're trying to design practical prosthetics and such for actors, you have a lot of empathy for them in the time they're in the chair, but you must have had a really special understanding of what it's like on the other side.
Yes, you absolutely, everything you said is correct, unless it's your friend. No way. You know? Even the worst he's gonna get, all right? Yeah.
You might have a new career though, as a creature. No.
I think for me it was Graveyard Rats as well, and not only did we have fun torturing Sean, but also we had to do thousands and thousands and thousands of, like, you know, hordes of rats, you know, over everything. And our actor, David Hewitt, was a good sport. We actually did have some real rats on set. We had them crawl over him and everything. And there's this one scene at the end of the episode where we have one of the rats push right through his mouth. I'm not sure if you've seen that. We built a rubber head of David, and we actually pushed a real rat through, and I composited on top of the real actor. And that was great fun, and but doing the thousands and thousands of rats was tough, but it was good fun.
Suddenly subbing in for Thing doesn't seem so hard, does it?
Yeah.
Actually, it is hard. There's a lot going on there. That's fascinating.
Well, yeah, I learned a lot doing
Yeah.
it. That one of the things is that when you shoot at night out in the cold, it's very hard to move your fingers like that.
Yes.
No matter how hard you try to keep the actor warm. And it was pretty tough.
I can't even imagine. But you have something new under special skills that you can point to.
Yeah, I do.
Well, again, thank you so much for joining us tonight to talk about all the monsters and creatures and masters and